Okay, so I've been asked to make an atlas tree for mid-speed farming, where you have Alva, so all the Alva mission nodes, and are for bossing. So again, I went up through the Alva section. So I went up here. I did get Shaping of the Skies. It's probably the least needed, but it does give a few interesting map things. If and eventually, if you're running lots of bosses, you'll get some of them. And some of them, like if we go over here, Monstrous Treasure, you probably can sell to someone, and Corrupting Tempest has a chance if you have enough strong boxes of being correct for that one. So if we go back here, so you'd go up here. I went with all the gateways, and that's just so that you can put Delirium on the map. So you can force Delirium instead of having it random. That lets you save quite a few points, as you don't have to have any of these to try to force it, and it's going to be 100% instead of a chance. I skipped the Flesh Merchant as I don't find it all that useful. If you want, move the 2 points from here over to here. The Flesh Merchant is another boss, which means it's going to have a chance of dropping Delirium Orbs and the little Cluster Jewels. So this node gives a chance of dropping Cluster Jewels and Delirium Orbs, which could be useful, but that's up to you. I have all 7 gateways. You have to grab the Artifacts of the Veil. This gives you 4 incursions, so you're only 3 maps per temple, which is very useful if you do want to farm those. I grabbed this thing except for the Unending Nightmare. You have to skip the Unending Nightmare, as that one is just not good for this strategy. Up here, I grabbed Compulsive Hoarder, which gives me a chance of giving additional reward types from Delirium. I skipped the bosses, although if you do like the bosses and the extra unique cluster jewels, then I would probably, if you kill fast enough, you can easily skip Time Dilation, and then that will give you the 4 points to slot in there. As far as, you definitely need the resource allocation and the contested development, as that gives you better temples overall. I grabbed the Harbinger one, as you will be using the Harbinger compass for this strategy still. I did grab the Extreme Archaeology, as I find that that's the most important of the ones for that tree, as it makes it very quick to do. So it's not going to add much time. It may even be worth using a Scarab to force spawn that on every map, as it's going to give you a bunch of mobs you can just kill off. Unspeakable Offense, I did skip these 2 Harbinger nodes for the 10% chance, so the 5% each. Additional Harbinger. And let's see, up here, there's a chance of getting a King Harbinger, which I use mostly to get these nodes. But 1-4 will be a more powerful Harbinger. Similar to other bossing strategies, I grabbed the Conqueror maps, the Remnants of the Past, and the Vivid Memories. The Destructive Play also was grabbed, and Shaping the World, all of which buff the boss drops. Again, I have this full node. The Cluster Jewels are the ones I would drop if I need to drop them for more room, just due to the fact it's much more of a gamble. There are going to be very valuable Cluster Jewels, though. The higher tier of map you're farming, the more likely you're going to want it. 84 is the big break point. So if you're running 82, so tier 15, then it will only give good Cluster Jewels off the bosses and the rares. If you're running tier 16s, then it can be off the bosses, rares, and magic monsters. And then up here, I also have these 2 last ones for Delirium. Because I'm forcing Delirium, I don't need this part, nor do I need this thing down here. It is adding 10 chaos per map. As far as Scarabs, as you said, you were also running Scarabs. I would probably run Divination and Map. Let's see here. Any of these other ones useful? You may want to run Expedition for the extra Expedition mobs. Any one of them would work, but it would force an Expedition to spawn, which is going to give you some extra mobs you can kill and an extra lead mechanic that is relatively fast. If you are clearing the full map, Hardbringer ones are also not too bad. And both of those would add extra drops overall. If you have any questions, you can comment and I will try to answer them. And if not, please like and subscribe and have an excellent rest of the day.